I was really looking forward to the summer because this year I didn't really have anything planned this summer, and it meant I could kind of slow things down a bit. But so far this summer, I think I've been racing around more than ever. Today, I'm driving north here in England to go see if I can find Thomas Heaton.
I found Tom and he's doing some sort of weird northern ritual dance. Attack! Attack! Okay, so I made it to the one and only Thomas Heaton's office. I'm really happy because it's more cluttered than I expected, and whenever I watch Tom's videos I was always thinking, oh wow, that space looks so nice and organized, and yeah, it's nice to see that it's a real working space. Anyways, there's Tom, and we're gonna do a quick Q&A, and then we're gonna go out and shoot some photos. So I'm gonna set the camera down, and then I've asked the Facebook group for the questions, so yeah, let's get into it. Plop that down, focus on your face. Okay, so I asked the Facebook group my exact wording is, I'm heading to see Tom, I'm gonna do a Q&A. If so, I need video replies in the comments here. There was, I'd say 50 comments before I sent a message saying, I said video. Instructions.
Yeah.
Instructions.
Nobody reads things properly.
No, they just skim. Everybody skims. It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
But some people did, so we're gonna reward the ones that did video.
Yeah.
And then if we have time, we're gonna jump to the other ones. So first question.
Hi Brendan, hi Thomas. My name is Adam. My Instagram tag is Adam_364. And my question is basically about Instagram, but for both of you, about IGTV. Like, what do you think about it as a long video form as opposed to like YouTube or something?
IGTV. This is something I haven't used yet, and something I was really excited about until 10 minutes ago when we had a discussion about IGTV. I think any competition to YouTube is a good thing. YouTube does seem to have a monopoly on the whole creative video platform. You've got Vimeo, but that's just a bit more, it's almost too professional in a way. Yeah. And you can't monetize Vimeo. In fact, you have to pay for Vimeo, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
If you upload a certain amount. So, IGTV. I was very excited until I learned that there was, is it a 10-minute time limit?
Yeah, they're saying they're going to lift that once if you have more than 10,000 followers.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's still not lifted. It's 10 minutes right now.
But you have to shoot the video vertically.
Yeah.
And then you think, okay, well, just rotate the phone when you watch the long-form video. But that wouldn't work. You have to rotate export the video long ways.
You have to be smart.
Yeah. I'm not.
The way I did it, because I posted one of my vlogs that was under 10 minutes this way, and basically I exported the whole video, and then I imported it into a new project, and then I made that project sideways, and I flipped everything sideways and exported it like that, so that it shows up on your phone, and then you just flip the phone around. But yeah, I think IGTV is gonna fizzle, and this is my reason. There's 3 reasons. The first is that you don't get paid.
Yeah, you can't monetize it.
You can't monetize it, and yes, you can monetize it.
You could do brand deals.
Exactly.
But then every video on Instagram TV is going to be a bloody branded video,
and
which
they already
nobody wants to see.
They already are. A lot of the IGTV videos up are already branded deals.
I've got about 120,000 Instagram followers. I've never made a penny from Instagram. Yeah. Not one penny from Instagram. And I still use it because I love the platform. I love the story side of it. But for me to put the effort into making this 10-minute video, which I couldn't even use the music on because my music is only licensed to YouTube, and then I think it would be good for my followers on Instagram, but then why would they watch it on there when they could just go to YouTube and watch it where I actually get something back, which allows me to continue to create.
The benefiters of IGTV are the people that don't have YouTube channels that already have a big Instagram following.
Yeah.
Because these people are people that are going, oh, you know what, I'm actually not making that much money from Instagram. I need to do a vlog where there's actually some money being paid to me. And then now they're going, I don't need to do a YouTube channel because now I can just monetize my audience in Instagram. But like you said, I think that it's just going to be a bunch of branded content.
You can almost guarantee that Like 50% of the videos of the bigger creators will be sponsored content.
And they already have been, so it's something I'm seeing. The other thing I'm seeing is that it's cluttered with garbage. Like the people I follow on Instagram aren't videographers. They're travel photographers or my friends, and they're posting essentially just longer Instagram stories. Instagram stories are great because it holds you to 10 seconds or 15 seconds of filming. So even if you're not a good videographer, you know you have to get your information out in 15 seconds. Whereas now these same people are going, oh look, somebody's surfing, and then they're doing a whole minute of this guy surfing rather than 15 seconds. So yeah, I think that it's something that Instagram's got to work on, but I think it's a hugely beneficial thing.
It could be so good for the industry.
It could be, and it already has for YouTube in that as soon as IGTV got announced, they announced a bunch of new ways for creators to make money, like the merch store and all this other stuff. So it's already pushing them. So I think it's a good thing overall. Next question.
It's Adam Russell, Wadgercatcher on Instagram. Question for both of you. How do you manage to get so many brilliant sunsets? I'll go out and the sun will do nothing. And if I don't have a camera, I can guarantee it does. So what are your tips? What apps, what forecasting do you manage to do to be able to get the likelihood of them?
Great question.
Yeah, good question.
Right, apps. So there's a few apps. I actually did a video on this landscape photography tutorial where I touch on weather forecasting.
And I'll link that up here somewhere.
The only way, it'll obviously look, but you just need to predict it. You can't just say, hey, I'm gonna go out with my camera tonight and assume you're gonna get a good sunset. The more you research and the more you go out, the more luck you have. I use apps. I use Meteo Earth is one of the best I find for predicting sunsets. Now, Meteo Earth is an app that gives you a satellite view of wherever you are in the world. There's the UK, and you click cloud cover. Now, sunrises and sunsets are always based on the cloud cover. You can see the cloud cover there, and you can see it's actually going to be clear to the east. So that would tell you with a bit of cloud along the coast, there's a good chance of a sunrise. Then you you swipe up on the cloud cover. Oh, God's sake, it's going terribly.
It's just gone to an ad that says 8 weeks to get ripped.
You can tell what content I look at. Right. I have just swiped up on the cloud cover now. When I did my landscape photography tutorial video, I didn't know you could do this. So this is a new bit of info. Here we have 3 icons: high cloud, middle cloud, low cloud. For a good sunrise or sunset with lots of colour, you need high cloud cover. There isn't any here, so we know that we're unlikely to get a good sunset tonight because there just isn't the cloud cover. And that's it. It's just about understanding how weather works, how light works, and then checking the forecast and giving yourself the best chance. But even with that said, it's never guaranteed. I've been out when I've looked at a weather app and got no chance. And then bang, just amazing light.
I think if you watch my channel, you see 6 days a week, and I've just been on a tear, I guess. Like in the Faroe Islands, we didn't get good light, but I've just been really lucky. And part of that luck is created by following apps, by looking at weather patterns, by shooting different styles of things in different light. Like, for example, if I'm gonna shoot a city, I might not need color. I might just want that blue hour light after sunset. If it's gonna be foggy, I'm gonna pick something to shoot that's foggy, that looks good in fog. So it's looking at the weather, thinking, okay, what's the weather doing, and then how can I use that to my advantage? Next question. Is there more videos? Oh, here we go. From Benny Jones.
Wow, he looks cool.
Look at that beard.
I know.
I'm based in the Clwydian Range, northeast Wales, but I'm very lucky to actually work in Snowdonia itself. My question for both of you is, what's the scariest situation you've been in on the shoot where you've actually managed to get the image?
See, I've been in a few scary situations and not got the image. Like, it sounds daft, but I got charged by a cow. I was going through a farmer's field, so I had to hold my tripod up and go, ah! And it ran around me. It was terrifying. Didn't get the shot. I was just exploring a location.
I've had tons of them. Anytime you shoot in the Canadian Rockies at night, it's terrifying because you need to be shooting like star photography, so you have no light, but there's always sounds, and there's bears, like grizzly bears and black bears. So I spend most of my time shooting in the Rockies, terrified or scared,
Yeah.
and I just have like the bear spray at the ready around me.
I got chased by a coyote
Yeah.
in Death Valley, and I honestly thought it was gonna have me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it must have had a den nearby
Yeah.
with cubs, and she was trying to protect it, and she was going at me. She
Yeah.
was not scared by me at all. It was like, have you seen that scene in Jurassic Park where the guy, the big fat guy with the glasses, crashes his car and then he tries to winch his car
Yeah.
out of the forest, and this cute little
Yeah.
dinosaur pops up and goes, "Oh, hey fella." That's what it was like. I saw a coyote. I was like, "Oh, hey fella," and he was like, "Urgh." I was like, "Oh my god!" And he chased me, ran at me. Didn't film it. Got the image. Luckily, whatever I was there shooting. Yeah, wildlife is because I live in the UK, so I'm so lucky. There's no wildlife that's dangerous here. But whenever I travel abroad, I'm always so naive. So yeah, I never take precautions, and then always end up getting myself scared.
I think the dangerous things for me never happen when I'm actually shooting, but getting to and from shoots, like on the drives or on hikes, or yeah, that's when it's usually the roughest. Next question. I think let's do 2 more questions.
Hi guys, Jason from London. Obviously your both the styles have evolved over the years. Who do you follow? Who's your biggest influencers? And how do you think your styles have changed over the last, say, 5-10 years?
So yeah, being influenced is a fine line between being influenced and copying. So I sometimes find myself like following one particular creator, photographer or filmmaker or whoever, and I watch all of their stuff over a short period of time. And then when I go out and I take photographs or make a video, subconsciously start doing things that they're doing. And now, a few years ago, I was never really aware of that. And now I'm very much aware of that. So actually, I try not to follow too many. It sounds counterproductive, counterintuitive, but I try not to follow too many people because I don't want to be influenced. So if I'm going to a new location I haven't been before, I will research the location, but I won't look at the big photographers to see what they've shot, just in case I get that in my head and then go and shoot something similar, consciously or subconsciously.
That was actually kind of basically my answer. I don't actually I don't look at too many photographers' stuff because I'm worried that I'm just going to do what they do.
When I first started making these videos a few years ago, I'd never heard of Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
And I found the video, something like travel photography gear or something. It was Casey Neistat. And I watched this video and I was blown away. I was like, this guy's amazing. What is this? How does he? It's so good. And I watched like 100 Casey videos, right? And then I went out and I shot my own video. This was a few years ago. And I can't remember the name of the video. Maybe I'll send you a link and you can stick it in the description. Anyway, made this video like completely just as I normally do, right? But obviously I've been influenced by the Neistat style. And I swear to God, the first comment I got on that video was, "Oh, you've been watching Casey Neistat." I was like, "How did you know?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, busted." I was busted. But I didn't go out and go, "Okay, I'm going to copy this guy."
Yeah.
He'd obviously influenced me in that video, and it was at that point that I then said, "Right, it was horrible." And what annoys me is sometimes you go out and you create a piece of work, and then somebody says, "You're obviously copying John Doe." I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And then people can sometimes accuse you of copying someone. It's not. It's pure coincidence. That happens, and that's
it happens a lot. I think I'm more prone to copying people on video because I'm not a videographer.
Yeah.
I actually try actively not to watch any videos on YouTube unless they're friends of mine, or every now and then if I need inspiration because I'm feeling like I can't create something. So I'll go and watch Peter McKinnon, and just like his B-roll video was really helpful to me because it jogged some things. Or I'll watch Joe Allen for a couple videos because I think that these guys are...
Sorry, that's Joe Allen's thing.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. If you're creating videos that you should have your style, but sometimes you just need a little bit of a kick. And my kick is always, I travel the world 365 days a year. If Casey Neistat can create a really, really interesting video without doing anything in his day, I have to be able to do that. So it's more like a kick to go do it. I think if I do focus on anything, it's composition. And so I like to look at Art Wolf, his stuff, because I feel like Art's really got an eye for composition that I don't have. And sometimes when I just look at his images, I see little things that I didn't see before.
Yeah, a great tip if you're a photographer is if you ever actually sat down and looked at the work of those photographers that you follow and actually analyze the image and say, why do I like this image so much? And if you analyze it, you can start to figure out why you like it. It could be the tonal range in the image, the colors, the composition, the subject. It's all very good and well, or well and good looking at an image and saying, wow, look at that image, that is beautiful. Actually stop and go, why? And you will learn so much just from doing that.
And simultaneously, if you have an image that you don't like, look at it and try to figure out why you don't like it. Last question, and then we're gonna go out and try to take pictures on a beach, even though we've now learned that the weather's gonna be bad. No, the weather's nice, the light just might be kind of bland.
Hi Brandon and Thomas, this is Sander Groendijk.
Try to pronounce his name.
No, I can't do that.
Sander Groendijk.
Sander Groendijk.
That is spot on.
This is Sander Groendijk from the small town of Rijswoord in the Netherlands. And the question I have for you guys is, what do you consider to be your best shot, your best picture, and
I hate
why?
this question.
I hate this question.
I don't have a best shot because my opinion of my own work changes on a regular basis. Some images I shoot and I'm in love with on that day. A week later I'm like, it's okay, it's kind of a bit too loud or a bit too screamy. And other images I think nothing of, go back to them a few weeks or a few months later and they grow on me. I think, wow, I really like this image. So no, I simply don't have a favourite image at all. Not one image stands out to me as being a favourite.
Yeah, I think my problem is I shoot too much. I shoot probably like 200 days a year, and when you do, they kind of start to I sometimes forget what images I've even shot this year. So I don't have that much of an attachment to too many shots because I shoot so much. But I think I do have one image that, it's not my favorite image, it's not that great of an image, but it was the image I took where things clicked. I was shooting pictures for like 2 years, and I got to Haiti and I was working for this. I wasn't working for anybody, I was doing a journalism project, and I was staying with these volunteers, and they were doing this volunteer project in this orphanage where they were teaching a dance class in this orphanage. And I remember thinking, the light's coming in from this window at this angle. If I could just get one of these kids to come up and stand in this light in this scenario with that background, I could get like the best light and the best capture. And I think I had the 50mm on, the f1.8, the old one. And this kid just walked into the frame and he just gave me a glare. And I just hit it. And I just remember chimping and flipping down the camera because I knew I hit it. And it was like the first time. I was shooting a lot. I've been shooting for 2 years, but I was shooting snapshots, and I was shooting kind of like, you know, taking the camera out to a cool location and shooting it rather than really composing. And that was the first image I shot that I really felt like I made. I was like, I made this shot. I did that. Cool. And it's black and white. I never shoot black and white.
I love black and white.
Anyways, let's go shoot a sunset. We're talking too much. I'm losing my voice.
Are you hungry?
Yeah,
I need
but not
food
for
as well.
British food. We just rolled down in style to St. Mary's. It's probably like a 10-minute bike ride from the house, maybe
with
5.
filming, like an hour.
With B-roll, it took us way too long. It took us like an hour. The sun is, I don't know what's gonna happen. There's some cloud there, but some breaks, some wispiness, and this is beautiful here. Lots of foreground to play with, right in Tom's backyard. But this always happens to photographers. You never shoot what's right at home. Me, coming from Canada, I think this is phenomenal. And I think this is gonna be really cool. Stop ND, 4-stop medium grad. It needs a 6-stop, not a 10-stop. I lied. So I settled on a shot, but this tide's receding so quick that I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to make it in time. Basically, I'm just using this kind of causeway that leads out, I'm sure, at low tide all the way to the lighthouse. Oh, and here comes a wave. I'm just gonna grab this. And the causeway kind of disappears at high tide, but the tide's kind of disappearing as well as the tide's dropping. And I'm doing something that I don't think I've done ever. But what's happening is I like the leading lines, I like the rocks in the water, I like the kelp in the foreground, and I like the sky. The problem is I really want to bring out these rocks in the foreground, but there's so much glare I'd need a polarizer. But as soon as I put a polarizer on, it's going to kill the sky. It's going to kill the look of that sky. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take one image with the polarizer to cut out the foreground reflection so I can really see through these rocks. I'm going to take a second image without the polarizer to really capture the sky. And then I'm also going to focus stack by focusing on the foreground and the background so that I have a sharp image in the back as well as the front. And I think that's going to work. So I think I got a shot that I like there. I think that'll definitely work. It's a beautiful spot, and I'm just gonna try for a second shot. I lost Tom. Tom ran off somewhere. I ditched him, or he ditched me. And yeah, I'm gonna run out onto these rocks because there's a bit of crashing wave. It was almost a bit too still back that way. I like a little bit of drama in my foreground. So I'm gonna walk down onto this set of rocks and maybe try to find, what I really like to find is a blending of still and motion, and there's lots of tide pools, so that's the goal. See if we can make it happen. This is coming out exactly as I wanted. I was about to say that if I was Tom, I'd probably be here like every day shooting, but I do get it. If you live in a place, it's hard to shoot over and over again. But I really like this photo. I've got this mossy foreground. There's a patch of this really, really green bit, and it's just absolutely vibrant green. There's some nice like gradient to the color in the sky, and yeah, I couldn't ask for a better spot. So that's it. Massive thanks to Tom, who's unbuckling the bikes, for showing me hometown, which I still don't even actually know the name of. It's Whitby Bay, right? Whitley Bay, okay, sorry. So we're packing up. I'm calling this an episode. It's been long because of the Q&A, but it's also been fun. Always good meeting up with Tom. And I guess we'll see you again in Patagonia for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Come see me at Christmas time.
Yeah, and then I'm back in the UK around Christmas, so we might hang out again. Go do a little bit of a photo adventure somewhere. You get your footage?
Footage or photos?
Did you get photos?
I got photos. I don't know about the footage.
Either way, it's been good on the bikes, and yeah, see you next time.